Bucharest, Romania, October 1st, 1992. 11:34 p.m. Michael Jackson sat in his hotel suite reading a letter. Handwritten. Smudged ink, creased paper like it had been folded and unfolded many times. The words were in broken English. Dear Mr. Jackson, my name is Sophia. I am 14 years old. I live in State Orphanage number 17 in Sayishawara. 2,000 children here. We have no families, no music allowed, no dancing, no crying. They say emotion is weakness, punishment if we show feelings. But I heard your song on illegal radio, Heal the World. It made me cry. First time in 3 years. I hide to cry. But I cry. Please come here. One time. Let us hear music. Let us remember we are human before we forget forever. They will punish me for writing this, but I don't care anymore. Sophia Ionescu. Michael read it 3 times. His tour manager Bill Bray stood in the doorway. Michael, you need sleep. Bucharest concert is in 2 days. Biggest show of your life. Where's Sayishawara? Michael asked. What? The town. Sayishawara. Where is it? Bill pulled out a map. Found it. 6 hours northeast. Middle of nowhere. Why? Michael handed him the letter. Bill read it. Handed it back. Michael, you can't. We have 80,000 people coming. Press from 60 countries. This is historic first Western artist in communist Romania. You can't just leave. I'm not asking permission. The Romanian government will never allow it. State orphanages are closed facilities. Security guards them. Secret police. They don't let foreigners in. Then we won't ask them either. Michael, get the van ready. We leave in 1 hour. 12:47 a.m. They left through the hotel service entrance. Michael, Bill Bray, 2 bodyguards, sound engineer, 1 van, no official clearance, no government permission. If we get caught, Bill said, it's an international incident. Then drive fast, Michael said. They drove into the Romanian countryside, dark, empty roads. Communist-era infrastructure crumbling. Michael looked out the window. Villages with no lights. People living in poverty so deep it didn't have a bottom. This is what happens when you forbid joy, he said quietly. Nobody answered. At 3:15 a.m. they passed a military checkpoint. Guard waved them through. Didn't check the van, didn't see who was inside. Luck or miracle, hard to tell the difference. They arrived at State Orphanage number 17 at 6:42 a.m. Massive grey building, brutalist architecture. Small windows, barbed wire fence, guard tower. This is a prison, Michael said. It's an orphanage, Bill corrected. Same thing. They parked down the road, waited for daylight. At 7 a.m. Michael walked to the gate. Guard stepped out, rifle on shoulder. This is restricted area. Leave. Michael pulled down his sunglasses. The guard stared. Recognition hit his face like a slap. I need to see Director Susesh Du, Michael said. The director doesn't see. Tell her Michael Jackson is here, and I'm not leaving until she sees me. The guard didn't move. Michael waited. 5 minutes later a woman appeared, 50 years old, hard face, director's uniform. Miss Jackson, she said in accented English, you shouldn't be here. I received a letter from Sophia Ionescu. The director's face went cold. That girl violated protocol. She will be disciplined. No, Michael said, she won't, because I'm here to perform. For all 200 children. Right now, that's impossible. This facility doesn't allow. I'm not asking. I'm telling. You can say yes, and I'll sing. Or you can say no, and I'll call every newspaper in Romania and tell them you refuse to let orphans hear music. The director stared at him, calculating. Political consequences, career implications. 1 hour, she said finally. In the courtyard, no press, no cameras, and the children will sit properly. No disruption. They set up portable speakers in the concrete courtyard, generator-powered, minimal equipment. At 8:30 a.m., The children filed out. 200 of them, ages 6 to 16, identical grey uniforms, shaved heads, no expression on their faces. They sat in perfect rows, not moving, not speaking, trained like soldiers. Michael stood in front of them, black and gold jacket, fedora, his concert outfit in a communist orphanage courtyard. The contrast was surreal. He looked at their faces, no joy, no curiosity, no emotion, just empty eyes. "Hello," Michael said into the microphone. Silence. "My name is Michael. I'm here to sing for you." One child raised her hand. Sophia, front row, 14 years old, thin, pale. "Yes," Michael said. "Are we allowed to listen?" she asked. The question hit Michael like a punch. "You're not just allowed," he said. "You're supposed to." Sophia sat back down. Didn't believe him. Michael started singing, "Heal the World." "There's a place in your heart and I know that it is love." The children sat perfectly still, not moving, not reacting. Guards stood at the edges, watching, making sure nobody stepped out of line. And this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. Michael saw one boy in the third row, tears running down his face. But his expression didn't change, trained to cry without showing it. If you care enough for the living, make a little space. Make a better place. Sophia was shaking, trying not to move, trying not to feel. But she was feeling everything. Heal the world. Make it a better place. Sophia stood up. Guards moved forward. Director shouted, "Sit down." Sophia didn't sit. She started swaying. Tiny movement. Barely dancing. But dancing. "Sophia Ionescu, sit down immediately, or you will be punished." Michael stopped singing, looked at the director. "Touch her and I leave," he said. "And I take the speakers." The director froze. Michael looked at Sophia. "Keep dancing." Sophia danced. Small movements, arms moving, feet shuffling. Then the boy next to her stood up, started dancing too. Then 3 more children, then 10. Then all 200 children were on their feet, dancing, crying, laughing, screaming, emotion exploding out of bodies that had been taught emotion was forbidden. Guards didn't know what to do. Director was shouting orders. Nobody was following. Michael kept singing, "For you and for me and the entire human race." The children danced like they'd forgotten how, and were remembering mid-step. Michael finished the song, started another, "Man in the Mirror," then, "Black or White," then, "Wanna Be Startin' Something." 47 minutes, 6 songs. The children never stopped dancing. When Michael finished, he knelt down, opened his arms. All 200 children ran to him, surrounded him, touching him, hugging him, crying into his jacket. Guards tried to pull them back. Director was screaming. Michael waved the guards off. "Let them," he said. He held as many children as he could, 20 kids in his arms at once, more pressing in from all sides. Sophia was there, front and center, looking at him with eyes that were alive for the first time in years. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you for writing the letter," Michael said. "They're going to punish us." "No, they won't, because I'm taking this story back to America. And if they punish you, the whole world will know." Sophia smiled. First real smile in 3 years. Michael and his team left at 10:17 a.m. 6-hour drive back to Bucharest. Nobody spoke. Michael stared out the window, tears on his face. "You okay?" Bill asked. "Those kids have nothing," Michael said. "No parents, no freedom, no joy. And they still danced. They still felt. They still hoped. You gave them that." "No, Sophia gave it to them. I just showed up." Bucharest, October 3rd, 1992. 9:00 p.m. 80,000 people filled National Stadium. Michael Jackson's concert, historic event. Press from 60 countries. Romanian government officials in the VIP section. Michael walked on stage. The crowd erupted. He performed for 2 hours. Perfect show. Everything he was famous for. But when he sang Heal the World, something was different. He cried. On stage. In front of 80,000 people. Nobody knew why. He didn't tell them about the orphanage. Didn't mention Sophia. Didn't say anything about the 6-hour drive. Or the 200 children who'd learned to dance in 47 minutes. He just sang. And cried. And 80,000 people cried with him without knowing why. The story stayed secret for 17 years. Michael never spoke about it. Bill Bray kept it quiet. The Romanian government certainly didn't publicize it. But the children remembered. In 2009, Michael Jackson died. Sofia Ionescu, now 31 years old, living in Bucharest, saw the news. She wrote an article for a Romanian newspaper, told the whole story. Michael Jackson came to our orphanage when nobody knew orphanages like ours existed. He sang to children the government wanted invisible. He taught us that feeling isn't weakness, that dancing isn't rebellion, that being human isn't a crime. 3 years after his visit, communist Romania fell. I don't think that's a coincidence. When 200 children learned they could dance, they learned they could resist. When we learned we could feel, we learned we could fight. Michael Jackson didn't just give us a concert, he gave us permission to be human again. And once you remember you're human, you can't be controlled anymore. The article went viral. International media picked it up. Other orphanage children came forward, confirmed the story, added details. Romanian government was forced to acknowledge it. Securitate files were declassified, showed secret police had tried to stop Michael from leaving Bucharest, failed to track him, lost him for 18 hours. Report said, subject disappeared at 0047 hours, reappeared 18-19 hours. Destination unknown, potential security breach, recommend investigation. Investigation never happened, too embarrassing. Today, there's a memorial at the site where State Orphanage number 17 used to stand. Building was torn down in 1997, part of post-communist reforms. Memorial is small, plaque, and a speaker playing Heal the World on loop. It reads, on this site, October 1, 1992, Michael Jackson performed for 200 children who weren't allowed to feel. They danced anyway. And in dancing, they remembered they were human. Some revolutions start with armies. This one started with music. Every year on October 1st, former orphanage children gather there. They dance, they cry, they laugh. All the things they were once punished for. Sofia Ionescu comes every year. Now 46 years old, has her own child. Reporter asked her in 2019. Do you think Michael knew what that concert meant? Sophia smiled. He knew. He saw our faces. He saw us come alive. He knew exactly what it meant. Do you think he understood the risk? Of course. He cancelled the biggest show of his career to drive 6 hours to see us. He defied a totalitarian government. He risked international incident. He knew the risk. Why did he do it? Sophia looked at the memorial, at the speaker playing Heal the World, because some things matter more than 80,000 people. Sometimes 50 children matter more. Sometimes 200 children matter more. Sometimes one letter from a 14-year-old girl matters more. He could have ignored my letter. He could have said it was impossible. He could have focused on the big show, the historic moment, the world watching. But he didn't. He chose us. And in choosing us, he showed us we were worth choosing. That's what changed us. Not the music. The fact that someone looked at 200 forgotten children and said, "You matter more." She paused, wiped her eyes. Michael Jackson made me believe I was human again. And once you believe that, nothing can take it away.